Welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraqi dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you will be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily somewhere in the video, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comments section. Good luck. Now, let's proceed with the latest Iraqi dinar news and intel today. Please take these pieces of information with a grain of salt, and please make sure to do your own due diligence. First off, I just want to thank all my loyal subscribers for sticking with the channel and being so patient. I know it's starting to feel like Groundhog Day sometimes, the same headlines, the same recycled stories, but as I've said many times before, Iraq really is doing all the things they need to do to set themselves up for success when they finally decide to revalue or reinstate the dinar. I also want to be real with you for a moment. I had a much-needed break from all the noise, especially after that unfortunate event that happened a couple of weeks ago. With so much happening in our country right now, it really hit me how important it is to tune out sometimes and just spend more time with family. That time away gave me a perspective I didn't know I needed, a chance to reset and come back clearer, more focused, and ready to bring you real updates again. And before we dive in, let me just say this. If you're following the Iraqi dinar story, now is the moment to pay attention. The pieces we're seeing right now are more connected than ever, and when this RVRI finally takes off, you won't want to be playing catch-up after the fact. Stick with me through this video, because at the end, I'll be giving you my full analysis on where all of this is heading and why the window could be closer than most think. Now, as for today's updates, we've got several interesting developments that all point toward Iraq moving in the right direction. From economic reforms to banking advancements, from international partnerships to political shifts, each piece may seem small on its own, but together they're building a much bigger picture. Each of these updates on their own would be significant, but when you connect the dots, you can clearly see the path Iraq is paving toward the RVRI. Alright, with that said, let's get into the updates. From Intel Guru Bruce via Wiser Now, we believe in redemption centers, but some people don't. I don't understand it. Well, actually, I understand why they don't seem to think like it's real, but it is, and we have a lot of evidence to prove that it's real, considering we physically know in person a lot of redemption center leaders. We know them. We know where they're going. We know where they travel to. We know where the centers are. From Intel Newshound Guru Mark's article, Kurdistan oil is approaching 400,000 barrels per day. Oil is flowing. Many articles out all about this over the weekend. From Intel Guru, Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report. From Firefly, Alaq comes out and says the dinar is overrated. Iraq is only the 5th largest oil supplier in the region, so many are overrating the dinar. They are trying to scare everyone away from the dinar. It's ironic how bad they start talking about the dinar right after the oil starts flowing in the increased production. They are trying to stop our currency. From Frank, the CBI is sounding and acting crazy, but it's a defensive posture. It's not that they're stupid to protect your new exchange rate, because everybody's asking for it now. They are simply discouraging people from asking questions here in America. This wall of protection is soon to come down with the truth of a new exchange rate. From Newshound Guru Militia Man, there's an article out that says CBI talking no discussion of exchange rate, and there's been a couple versions of it. A lot of people were pretty concerned and not liking this conversation, but you got to really think about how important it is to have confidentiality in a revaluation. You really have to keep it close to your chest, and I think that's exactly what a good central banker like Alaq would know. From Newshound Guru. Article: Central Bank. We have convenient foreign reserves capable of defending the exchange rate. This means you can help control when it goes up and when it goes down in value by using your own foreign reserves to control that exchange rate. They're saying they have enough to protect it. That's outstanding. From Newshound Intel Guru FNU LNU, Iraq's banking sector has implemented many foundational systems and reforms. Most major banks and government payments are now digital, but universal adoption and overcoming remaining challenges will take more time and investment. Though great strides have been made, the work isn't finished concerning this digital transformation. This info was gleaned from 3 different sources, including the IMF. So, to say the transformation is complete, therefore it's time to RV, is not at all accurate. From Newshound Intel Guru Walkingstick via Iraqi Banking Friend Update from Iraqi. We're already signed the Oliver Wyman documents. All private banks did. We'll be able to take care of everyone. You don't have to worry about that. We will give you all the details, all the instructions for our banks. So will the CBI. But I will not release anything right now. I am not allowed to beforehand. We see banks getting swamped in America already. We guard ourselves against that. From Newshound Intel Guru Mountain Goat. Article: Agreement to deliver Kurdistan's oil to Somo and export it via Ceyhan in accordance with the constitution and budget. They referenced the new Iraqi constitution. This was the basis for HCL. They had to get the oil and gas law in place and somehow make the management of their oil resources stated in a formal law. So we have not yet seen the oil and gas law passed in Parliament, but this is coming very soon. From Intel Guru Frank 26, pay close attention. You cannot take a pair of scissors and remove the 3 zeros physically from the notes. It is removed electronically from 0.00085, which is the exchange rate. Now, when you lift the 3 zeros and you move the decimal point from the left to the right, you end up with 0.85. In other words, every dinar is now worth 85 cents. But I believe you're going to come out at least last $1.20 in my opinion. From Newshound Guru Samson, article: The U.S. confirms its participation in facilitating the opening of the Iraq-Turkey pipeline. It will benefit us. From Newshound Guru Sandy Ingram, Iraq overprinted the money. Because of this, if they adjusted the currency to a higher rate right now, the entire country would go economically bankrupt. It's just not possible. That's why so many people look at us like we are insane when we talk about the adjustment of the Iraq dinar. No, we're not insane. We have common sense. We know Iraq is on track. They are working hard. It goes above and beyond oil. Iraq is positioning itself to be great financially and historically. Before ending with a few more updates, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is universal. Comment down below which updates you like, think is valuable, or get you most excited. You can be the lucky winner if you like, subscribe, and watch the main content of this video. This will be for this coming Sunday's giveaway, and the winner will be announced in one of the Sunday's videos, so you do not want to miss it. From Newshound Guru Militia Man, I suggest we're going to see a redenomination, a revaluation, and we're going to see an application of a real effective exchange rate. I think it's got legs. It has more than legs. It's got a lot of support. I think it's in cement. That might even be a component of why it's going to work, is it's truly cement. From Newshound Guru Pimpy, this is a good thing that's happening. You should be very happy about it. It is Iraq is putting on their big boy pants for the moment. What do we have here? They're off the exotic currency list. Iraq is not currently being monitored by the US, their currency anyways, but their banking system is. And finally, the last update is from Intel Guru Frank 26. Article: Central Bank Governor, we are beginning to see non-oil financial revenues. Wonderful. That's exactly what you need. You cannot just rely on oil. Here's another reason why your exchange rate is ready to come out. We will soon see the beginning of a new exchange rate. Before I jump into my final read, quick heads up. If you're tracking the IQD story with me, hit subscribe now so you don't miss the next leg. When this RVRI window opens, it won't come with a 2-week notice, being early beats catching up later. Alright, now that we've walked through today's intel, here's my take, plain and simple. In my opinion, the through line across these updates is readiness. Frank 26's note about the U.S. House telling Iraq to stand on its own feet, use its own currency instead of leaning on the dollar, screams sovereignty. That's the political air cover you want before a rate event. Militia Man's focus on RER fundamentals, real resources, non-oil economy, tax capacity, KYC AML, reliable payments, tells me Iraq isn't trying to hype a rate. They're building the kind of balance sheet and policy plumbing that can hold a higher rate without breaking. Walkingstick's decisive phase of banking reform, Oliver Wyman / K2 style compliance, correspondent banking, digitization signals operational go time. You don't wire in world-class controls just to sit at 1310 forever. And Mountain Goat's update on linking Al-Fa Grand Port with Omani ports is the trade lane kicker. That's WTO-grade logistics, diversifying routes beyond Iran, Turkey, and teeing up convertible currency expectations under Article VIII. Infrastructure plus trade plus banking policy, 4 legs on the same table. Now let me zoom in on 2 big framing points from my research. First, the WTO angle. Iraq's Ministry of Commerce says 7 major accession files are complete. WTO membership itself doesn't magically set a 3+ rate, but it does require currency convertibility, meaning you lift restrictions, let trade settle in IQD when needed, and align with IMF Article 8. That's why Mountain Goat's liberalization of the Dinar point matters. You don't spend 2 decades finishing WTO files, connecting Al-Fa to Oman, and upgrading customs ports if your currency is meant to stay locked inside a dollar-only cage. Second, the HCL tie-in. As oil and gas mechanisms formalize revenue sharing between Baghdad and Erbil, investor risk falls. Stable budget inflows plus stronger governance equals fewer shocks when you adjust the regime. Let's also deal with 2 narratives head-on. 1. Debunking FNU-LNU's RER is 1300 and no evidence of RV this year. RER, real effective exchange rate, is not the posted peg. It's an index that adjusts for inflation and a trade-weighted basket. Saying RER equals 1300 confuses a nominal peg with a purchasing power index. Historically, Iraq's fundamentals, low inflation trend, stronger reserves, import price disinflation, point to undervaluation, not parity with 1300. On no evidence this year, look at what is verifiable. Reserves north of $100 billion, the parallel market gap narrowing, WTO files advanced, compliance overhauls with global firms, and multiple government messages about non-oil revenue rising. That is exactly the preconditions set the IMF and UST look for. Also, per public U.S. Treasury effects reports, Iraq is not on the major partner currency manipulation monitoring list. The scrutiny has been on bank AML compliance, not a ban on changing the exchange regime. In other words, the road is being paved, not blocked. 2. Alaq says no plan to change the rate. That's classic central bank communications. You always downplay rate changes to prevent hoarding, speculation, and market games. At the same time, the CBI is saying it has foreign reserves to defend the exchange rate, pushing digital rails and talking up non-oil revenues. Exactly what you highlight before you alter the regime. No, we don't have a public countdown clock. We never will. But policymakers deny until they don't, usually over a weekend. So where does that leave us? In my opinion, closer than most skeptics want to admit. Sovereignty cues, use your own currency, RER consistent fundamentals, decisive bank reform with international compliance, WTO progress plus Al-Fa to Oman connectivity, all point to an Iraq preparing to operate internationally, which requires a tradable, credible dinar. Could that be an RVRI 2 or above, par, and then a shift toward a basket-managed float, Kuwait style, as trade deepens? That's the path that fits the evidence. We won't get a date, but the architecture looks built. Financing shield, reserves, plumbing, banks, AML, KYC, runway, WTO logistics, and political incentive deliver before the term resets. That's my final take. measured, data-driven, and yes, optimistic. Moreover, we posted a breaking news the other day. Iraq just made a major move toward joining the World Trade Organization by completing comprehensive technical responses, an essential step that signals a shift toward full international integration. While this might seem like a routine headline, it's actually one of the strongest signs that Iraq could be preparing to move off the program rate and take the dinar global. In this video, I'll break down how this development ties directly into the RVRI process, how it connects with IMF Article 8 compliance, and why this moment could indicate the beginning of the end for the 1300 rate. If you've been watching for the clues and waiting for confirmation that Iraq is ready, this is the update you don't want to overlook. Most people will miss the significance until it's too late. Please go ahead and check it out by clicking on the link on the top right of this video, as you don't want to miss this. Lastly, we will continue to post videos about the recent events and articles supporting the changes taking place in Iraq, so you don't want to miss them. Also, don't forget, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword, and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next video. Bye!